Sheplers!
It is.
How are you guys? You can't answer
You actually
back.
expected them to respond. That was incredible.
We're so excited to be making this video to talk to you guys. It's newsletter time again, so want to just say hello, happy 4th of July on Monday, Independence Day.
Or Insurrection Day
Yeah,
to all of our British friends.
sorry about that. Anyway.
Moving on. Awkward.
Just to give you a bit of an overview of our newsletter.
Don't look at the thing.
Um,
We have a cheat sheet that she's looking at right there. She's
now
terrible.
you just told everyone.
I know.
Anyway, just to give you, we want to give you our overview of the newsletter. So Greg's going to tell you about some of the history of Hawaii.
Oh my gosh, I'm just going to do the whole bit that she skipped.
What?
It's a new quarter, and everything has come
Oh.
to an end.
I didn't know I was supposed to say that.
Everything's come to an end. It's a really exciting time. I'm done with my school. I got the certificate for the stewardship and sustainability class. Ellis's school is done. Caroline starts her new job, part-time job here on campus soon. And in just a few days of you guys reading this or viewing this, Kaylee is going to be coming to visit us, and so we'll start the summer. And then I'll be full-time staff at the farm with a massive list of projects that got to get done there. So that's really the overview of what's coming up. We also got some really exciting things. I myself...
Dad, I'm going to the dumpster so I can help with the bottles from
If you heard that, our son is going to the dumpster to help get rid of bottles. A lot of people are moving off of campus because they're going on outreach right now, which is so awesome that so many people are being sent out to the nations during this time. But there's also a lot of activity happening with people getting out of their homes and things like this. So already we know this video is going to be longer than 9 minutes because of the interruptions, but we're going to try to be concise. That's the overview of what's going on here. It's an exciting season. We're really stoked about what God is doing, and really looking forward to what's coming. I've got invitations to, let's see, Panama, Brazil, Costa Rica, and the Solomon Isles. Already in just the last couple of weeks, had those invitations to go do sustainable projects there with a biblical worldview. It's pretty phenomenal. So we're really sorting through that kind of stuff. That was the overview. Now there's 2 links to get the history of Hawaii because while we're here, we don't want to just be, these Hawaiian missionaries. We really have to work hard to explain to people that we're not just living it up here in Hawaii. It's pretty tough here, just regarding living essentially as a haole on native land and kind of overcoming the term missionary in an island where it was the missionaries that kind of paved the way for some of the injustices that happened here. So I highly encourage to watch the 2 videos that we've included in this newsletter, so you understand that there's a people group here that need white missionaries. I mean, there's a lot of reparations. There's a lot of work to be done to properly represent the kingdom, and we're rolling up our sleeves to kind of tackle some of those issues here on the island ourselves. So that's that.
Yeah. He always picks up where I lack. That's a great complimentary thing about us.
Yep.
Moving on to kind of the personal side of things, with the quarter ending and a lot of people going out for outreach, we have lost almost all of our neighbors in this building. A lot of Ellis's friends from school have left. In fact, this morning, one of Ellis's really good friends, they were leaving at 4:45 this morning, and he was very insistent, wanted to go and say goodbye. So we were up really early waving glow sticks and honking horns. They have this whole thing of how they send people off for outreach. Everyone cheers, and they do laps around the fountain where the flags, they call it the Plaza of the Nations, and that's just a super awesome send-off. But it's bittersweet because we're excited they're going out for outreach and having that experience as a family and going to the nations, but then also we're sad for us because we loved spending time with them here, and it's kind of an adjustment to that way of life of shorter seasons and people being in your life for a short season.
Yeah. It is really bittersweet, but it's so exciting to see literally hundreds of people being sent off of this campus out of this rock in the middle of the ocean to go all over the nation. So we're stoked to see so many of our friends and neighbors go, but you know.
And so many families. It's really cool to see a lot of families, like families with 4 or 5 kids, you know, at YWAM, and we specifically as a family believe so much that missions is a family thing. It's not just one person going. Like, yes, sometimes there are trips where one or parts of the family goes, but it's really about the family as a whole and all of their gifts that they have to contribute.
Yeah. So that's kind of the personal. The section before that is the Helping Hurt section, which we're trying to take you guys through on a journey of this as well. I'll admit my last blog post was super long and not my best stuff, so I'm going to make this next one pretty concise. The reason why we want to step you through this is because we're even implementing some of these ideas here in Hawaii. The mayor visited the farm. He has a high interest in the things that we are doing here on the campus, but primarily because he has a people to serve. The people here of Hawaii, and that's not just the tourists or the expats, expats because it's kind of like its own nation here, really. But the nationals, if you watch those videos, there's a lot of political conflict and tensions towards white people being here, or the haoles. And so when Helping Hurts is a really good tool to reaching your local communities, whether you have refugees, like I know where we're from in Cuyahoga Falls, in Ohio, there's a lot of Nepalese. There's a lot of Nepalese people. There's a lot of refugees that are resettled. There are a lot of opportunities in your own backyard to be doing very practical things, very missions oriented, without hurting the people. So it's really one of these kind of stepping through how to help without hurting. And so that blog is going to be what is the problem, identifying some of the key problems regarding poverty. Here in Hawaii, that context looks like a gentrification of the island. Once it became a tourist center, the locals could no longer afford their own land. And that's a huge point of contention. So there's a lot of this, what's the phrase? Honor the land?
Oh, Malama Aina.
Malama Aina is a huge thing here, which is honoring the land, or Aloha Aina, the love of the land. It goes deep in the culture here. And we believe that Scripture actually deals with this, that there is a theology of the land, that God created the garden, created man to tend to the land. It's part of creation. And so the Hawaiians have a very close connection to the land. And so we work the land and show them that, that we actually believe in what you believe. We just have a different framework, a biblical worldview for approaching it. So that's all tied up in what we do here. And now prayer needs, which is more of the praises, really.
Yes. So, good news. We are able to stay on campus another quarter. So summer, we get to stay here in the same room until I think September 22nd or something like that.
Yeah, there was a lot of concern that we were really far down on the priority list of staying on campus, but God worked it out that we get to stay here and everything works out just fine. Yes. We might need housing in the fall, but we even might have that settled too, but please keep praying into that. Now, prayer, we'll just skip over that. You'll also see we're going to off-ramp people right to our website. You can actually type out prayers to us now and see our praise and prayer reports on our website. So you'll just click the button in the prayer section and you'll be able to get to us that way. And now the Fresh Finds. Considering doing this, we're not sure. Give us your feedback. But we're thinking about turning Fresh Finds into something like Getting Dirty with the Sheplers, something that is more geared towards teaching people sustainable practices in their own backyard. So backyard gardening, all sorts of things like this, soil nutrition, preserving soil retention, and pretty much the basic principles of permaculture, which is earth care, people care, and fair share. And it's kind of a pretty concise way to say it. So let us know what you think. Shoot us an email. I wish we had a comment. Oh, comment. It's YouTube. Comment in the YouTube thing.
Yeah, let us know. We want to hear your feedback because we make these videos for you. So we want them to be valuable to you and know how to steer what we're putting out there for you.
Steer.
Steer.
All right, that's it.
So have a great weekend.
Yeah, we love you guys. And until next time.
Bye.
Bye.